What's up, guys? This is Mark, and welcome to your September Century of Steam Devlog. Special thanks to our patrons, of course. This comes out in September for you. It comes out in October for all of the folks public otherwise. And recall that we are now doing a new format for our devlogs where we're doing shorter features so we can keep our heads down, keep working on the things, and doing the bigger gameplay showcase features every other month. This one's one of the short ones, but next month we're going to be showing some really cool stuff. All that said, what we've actually done this month is actually really, really cool. It's just not quite across the finish line, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. First and foremost, we have a new locomotive to talk about, but it's not ready to be seen in game because of how unique it is. I'm talking about the Mason bogie. It's technically our first articulated locomotive. It's not necessarily truly a duplex or articulated style locomotive, but the engine itself does pivot on the frame, and that's why it is a Mason bogie. It's a bogie that was built by Mason Machine Works. That's given us some very interesting challenges to solve because we've never implemented something like this before. We're almost there, and the model looks absolutely gorgeous, as you'll see in these couple screenshots, but we'll be talking about this locomotive a little bit further in the coming months. Huge thanks, of course, to Daniel Gallery for making this model, which is absolutely exquisite, and to our research team for providing all the research that went into it. The eagle-eyed view might also note that the Mason bogie is actually in a really cool new setting, and that is our Colorado map. We have shown much of Ponderosa, that's where many of our devlogs have been. And we've also shown some fun little highlights of Keystone, the East Coast Pennsylvania style narrow gauge map. Perhaps the biggest beating heart of narrow gauge railroading in the US that survived for the longest was in Colorado. And of course, we're going to have a Colorado map. So welcome to San Juan, Century of Steam's biggest flagship map that is going to feature Colorado narrow gauge of all of the different roads, not just the Rio Grande, which is the one that folks think of because it's the one that still exists. We want to tell all of the stories from all of the different Colorado railroads as well, but we would be remiss to not include it into the game. Thinking of fun Colorado map things, and specifically for the Rio Grande's San Juan extension, a couple of the team members actually recently traveled to Durango, Colorado to go on site to actually record some sounds for a locomotive. The White Pass and Yukon's DL535. We'd shown this locomotive in the trailer, and we showed it specifically to say, yes, the name of the game is Century of Steam, and we want to tell a century worth of railroading stories with it. Century of Steam is a great name, but it's really a century of railroading on the 3-foot gauge, and that includes everything from the beginning of the Transcontinental Railroad all the way through the moon landing, and that includes diesel locomotives. We brought in the DL535 that Daniel had made many years ago as a stand-in to show that fact, knowing that we'd replace the model, and now we are there. We have gotten a new model of the DL535, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It's not quite finished, of course. The texturing, the liveries, all of the fun stuff that you're excited about is still to come. But I will tell you, there's going to be some really, really cool options out there for this locomotive that are going to appease more than just White Pass and Yukon and Durango and Silverton fans. If you like perhaps any standard gauge Alcos out there, you might be recognizing some of the options that will be coming. As cool as the model stuff is, there's actually been a lot of cool stuff going on in the background that we can't talk about for a number of different reasons. A lot of it's just kind of not interesting. It's not fun, it's not neat, and a lot of optimization has gone on, and as well we've been changing different versions of Unreal to upgrade the project, and that's taken a significant amount of time, which is a big part of the reason why we want to do updates every other month. There's so much admin and so many things that are software things that have to be done that are just not cool to talk about, that are still great progress on the project, but not something we can really explain or share in a way that any of you guys would understand. So we appreciate you guys taking a shorter update like this and understanding it. But one thing we do know is that we do want to keep work on this project going at a good pace, and we recognize that a lot of us have spent a ton of time working on this project and that we needed a little help. And so we've actually added some more folks specifically for research and modeling. And it is thanks to our Patreon supporters that has been possible. We've been able to leverage some of the funding from that to bring some folks on and have some folks actually help us make this game. And that's actually why we have the DL535 and many other models in progress that will be coming up in the near future. One of the things that came across with your patron support was the fact that we're starting to develop our character models. Our team includes a bunch of amazing modelers that are fantastic at modeling trains. Modeling humans is kind of outside of our wheelhouse, and I have no doubt in my mind that any one of our modelers could pick that skill up and make it happen at the drop of a hat. But we want to keep them working on trains. They're the experts. Making believable characters is a very hard thing. And I'm happy to say that our first character is almost done. This is Henry Sampson, drawn and concepted by Wings and Strings, and one of several characters to be coming soon. He appears a little bit like a conductor, but each character will have several outfit options and several facial hair options and several accessory and hat options, such that everyone can kind of have a touchstone with the character that they want to play with. It's very important to us that just like we have touchstones with our locomotives, you have touchstones with the character. You want to feel represented in this space. So we're going to have a number of different characters in the game. Henry Sampson is just one of the first, and it's so exciting to see progress in this space. And the only way that this could have happened was with your patron support. With the funding that you guys have given us, we've been able to make this happen. Beyond the character models, there is so much that is going on in the back end that's somewhat in progress. We've got more in progress now than we ever really have. And so look forward to those October and December devlogs for patrons, for those big, exciting things. There's so much in progress that has been long in progress, and there's been more models in progress now than have ever been in progress for this project. As an olive branch to give to you on the side of, hey, there's also cool stuff, the OST that you've heard and seen on YouTube is going to be coming to Spotify and other streaming platforms soon. We finally finished the artwork and everything that goes into the back end to get stuff on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, you name it. If it's a music service out there, it's going to be there. Burnham and Run, our house band of myself, Wings and Strings, and then Goose Strike are going to be up there, and you're going to be able to listen to the music that we produce on whatever platform. We're going to start with the tracks that we have done. There's still so many more to go, of course, but we're bouncing back and forth between development time and band time, and all three of us are developers of the project, so we try to focus more on the project than the music, and the music is a fun break. So more fun things to come there, but we're going to give you the couple tunes, including the very much requested End of the Line. As always, thank you so much for watching, and know that we're going to have feature spotlights and a lot of cool stuff coming up this October, this December, and a little update just like this in November. To our patrons, we appreciate your support. You're the reason that we can continue doing this thing. And to everybody else, thank you so much for watching. This comes out a month later if you are on YouTube rather than on Patreon. Either way, we appreciate your support, your love, and your excitement about the project. We're very excited to show this off, and we hope that you guys are excited for it too. Thanks so much for watching.